this is Anita with Work Flow Grow, bringing you this installment of Express Desk Stretch. And I am delighted that you are joining us, whether this is your first time or your 21st time. I am so glad that you're here. Our title today is Begin Again, and we're going to start a little differently than we normally do with our breath work. So changing it up. Let's start. You just make sure that you're in a seated, comfortable position. You can have your eyes open or closed, your hands on your lap or your chair, whatever's comfortable. Start with a big inhale in and sigh it out. Exhale. Now return to your normal breathing and bring your attention to where you feel the air moving through your nostrils. Notice if it's warm or cold. Just notice how it feels. Now bring your attention to the breath moving in the back of your throat. And moving your attention down to your chest. Notice the rise and fall of your chest. With each inhale, your chest rises. And with each exhale, your chest falls. And moving your focus down to your belly. Notice with each inhale, as your belly fills with air, it expands. And with each exhale, as the air comes out, it contracts. And take one more big inhale in. Sip in a little more air and sigh it out. So when you are feeling stuck, frustrated, that you just need a reset button, a great way to begin again is doing this mindful breathing, just bringing your attention to your breath. 1 minute, and it's a really great reset for you. So as I'm recording this video, it's the end of January, and we've been talking about goals for the last several sessions. And at this point in January, for a lot of people, their goal or habit change or whatever it is that they're trying to work on for the new year, at this point, they've abandoned it. So if that's happened to you, you are in good company. No worries. I have good news for you. You are absolutely not alone. And I have 3 tips to help get you back on track. Number 1 is begin again. There's no shame in starting over. And there's also no magic in January 1st. Your start date can be January 13th, February 3rd, March 15th, whatever. It doesn't have to be a certain number. And if you need to begin again and again and again, that's fine. Just start over, begin again. And number 2 is reward the small steps, because it can take a while to see the fruits of our effort. So dangle little carrots that help to keep you motivated. And number 3 ties closely in with number 2, is to be sure that the reward aligns with the behavior change that you're trying to make. So, for example, if you're trying to get healthier and exercise more, for example, you don't want to reward yourself with ice cream and cookies. That is not aligning with the behavior change that you're trying to make. Instead, maybe after 10, 30-minute exercise sessions, you reward yourself with a massage. Now that it aligns with being a healthier person. The same thing could apply to work goals. Let's say you want to get a promotion, so you're going to make sure to read an industry-related article once a day. You can align that with perhaps drinking your favorite beverage, non-alcoholic beverage. Again, remember, it has to align with the behavior change that you're trying to create. So those are just some examples there. And always remember that, when the workday doesn't get off to the greatest start and you want to begin again, whether it's at 10 o'clock, at noon, at 2 o'clock, at 4 o'clock, these stretches are a great way to do that. And we're getting ready to jump right into that right now. All right, for our exercises for today, for begin again, is we're going to always start like we normally do with some sun salutations just to get the blood flowing. It's always good to have your blood flowing a little bit before you launch into a stretch. You don't want to, strain a muscle or a joint or something like that. So take a big inhale up, sweep your arms up over your head, take your gaze up, pull the pit of your belly in and up, and forward fold, big swan dive down. Exhale as you come down. Halfway lift, create an L shape with your body, and forward fold, exhale again, and come all the way back up to standing, extended mountain. One more time, forward fold, halfway lift, inhale, forward fold, exhale, and come on all the way back up to standing, extended mountain. All right, so that should have awakened some things a little bit. All right, get your feet about shoulder width apart. Reach your arms up over your head again and part your arms to the right, twist to the right. Now, your hip might want to twist over to the right also, but square it back to the front of your space, because this will help to create more of a lower back opening, a shoulder opening, a thoracic spine opening, and especially if you keep your hips squared, that helps. And then come back to center, do the same thing to the left. Part your arms and twist open to the left. Pull your left hip bone, square it to the front of your space. All right, let's connect to breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist to the left. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale, twist open. Inhale up. Exhale, twist open. 1 more time. Be mindful of your hips. Inhale up, exhale, twist open. Inhale up, exhale, twist open. And come back to center. All right, very good. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is work on, that kind of opened up a little bit of our shoulders. And now we're going to work on opening up our hips and hip flexors. So grab a chair. And we've done this before, you've done my videos, but anyway, it's always a great exercise. So step your left foot forward onto your chair. Make sure your chair is leaned up against something. You can also do this on your desk, but your leg would have to go up higher. Bring both hands inside your left foot. Okay, and press your hips forward. So you should feel a nice opening in the front of your hips, really all around your hips. Our hips get really tight from sitting at our desks all day. It's why when you first stand up, a lot of times you have to take a few baby steps before you can really stand up straight. And this helps to improve that. Now, keep your right hand down and reach your left hand up towards the ceiling and take your gaze up towards the ceiling. Keep pressing your hips forward. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. And come back to center. Switch sides. So now bring your right foot onto the chair, or the other one, whichever one you didn't do, it doesn't matter. And bring your hands inside your foot and lunge your hips forward into this chair runner's lunge. Okay, you can also do this on the floor if you want. I'm just trying to utilize all the things that you would have in your office and to make these more accessible to you. All right, now keep your left hand down. If your right foot is up, put your left hand down and reach your right hand up in the air and twist open to the right. Take your gaze up to your lifted fingers. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist deeper. And put your hands back in the chair and step out of it. All right, so move your chair out of the way. We're going to use our desk this time into a plank to side plank with a leg lift. So come into a plank pose. So plank is just simply leaning on your desk, at an angle. So you've got one nice long line from the crown of your head down to the heels of your feet. Okay, we're going to take a side plank. So put your right hand down and reach your left hand up towards the ceiling. And then lift your top leg. and hold your leg here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now drop it down, lift it up, drop it down, lift it up. 2 more, down, lift it up, and down, lift it up. And come on back to center. And what that does, besides stretching out your hips, it also strengthens your hips a little bit. All right, so back into plank. We're going to turn to the other side. And so open up to the right hand side. So your left hand is down, your right hand is high. Hold your leg up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down, lift it up. Drop it down, lift it up, down, lift up, down, lift up. And come back to center. All right, so that should get some blood flowing through your hips, some strengthening in your hips, some stretching in your hips. Okay, 2 more exercises. Let's take your feet a little bit more than shoulder width apart. And you can do this, I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do this. We're just going to do a forward fold. So you're just going to gently slide your hands down your legs and bring your hands to the floor. If that's not available to you and you have a block, you can put your hands on a block or a chair. Chair is also an option. So you can do the chair just like this, or you can come down to your forearms like this. All right, so this is a forward fold, and take whatever version that works for you. If you're able to get your hands down to your ankles or your calves, just use that to pull your chest towards your torso towards your thighs. Keep softness in your knees. We don't want to see you lock your knees out. Keep softness in your knees. Now put your right hand down on the floor and lift your left hand up towards the ceiling. So another twist. This is opening up, continuing to open up your back as well as your hamstrings. And bring that down. And same thing on the other side. Put your left hand down, reach your right hand high. Take your gaze up to your lifted hand. So all this twisting that we're doing also squeezes the toxins out of your organs, and you don't want them there. So you got to get them out and flush them out. And all this work does that. All right, bring your hand back down and just hang heavy in a heel toe your feet together just a little bit more to shoulder width apart. And this is a rag doll. So you're going to grab your opposite elbows with opposite hands and just hang heavy. Just let the weight of your head, of your upper body, just create the opening in your lower back and in your hamstrings. And sway side to side. A little movement here creates a little bit more opening in your hamstrings. And come back to center. Be still, nod your head no. Like, no, I am not going to not stretch, and nod your head yes. Yes, I'm going to stretch every day. I'm going to meet my goals, whatever it is. Be a yes. Create it in your life. And come to stillness. And heel toe your feet together. Roll yourself up to a standing position. Thank you so much. Glad that you joined me. Look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.